sewing in practice electrical components. So I've got my two practice LEDs here, and I'm just going to use a little bit of Pritt stick to hold them in place while I'm sewing, because otherwise they can move around quite a lot. But with our real LEDs, we're going to glue them down with some with a glue gun, so they don't move while we're sewing. And all I've got here is some sewing thread. I've tied a knot on the ends, because with your conductive thread it's easiest to tie a knot at the end to secure it. Okay, so you can see here where I've drawn where my wires are going to go. So basically, from the positive end of my LEDs, I'm going to connect those together and then go off here as if I was to go to my battery pack. And then from this end, I'm going to draw in the negative ends of my LEDs together and go off here as if I was going to go to my switch. Okay, so I've got a knot in the end of my thread, and I'm going to just sew around this hole, just like I'd sew on a button. It doesn't have to be too neat, but what it does have to be is secure, so which means you've got to sew it nice and tightly. When you're sewing through, you need to, as you pull the needle through, you've got to really hold the end, stop your thread coming undone, and go through at least 4 times. And then between these two legs of your LED, you're going to do a running stitch, which is like an up and down stitch, like this. And so this would be like a wire joining the two legs of the LED together, and where I'm sewing over the end of my LED, that's just like where you'd solder it. And so if your solder was loose, it wouldn't make a very good connection. Just like if your sewing here is not very tight, it won't make a very good connection, and you'll end up with lights that don't work. So I'm just going to come off the end here again with my running stitch, so up and down, up and down, up and down, and then I'm going to come off the end here just as if I was going to go to my battery. Just snip that off, and then I'm going to do the exact same, but this time coming at it from the other side. So I'm going to start here. So I'm going to go so at least 4 times through the bottom negative leg of my LED. And through the fabric, so it goes, it's probably easiest to see here, down and then up through the hole, like that. And I'm going to sew a running stitch between the two. Oh, I can't see, can you? Sorry. The iPad stand isn't very secure. And then again, so 3 or 4 times through this eye of the LED, and then off this side as if I was to go to my switch. Okay, and there it is. Okay, so we're looking for a strong connection with the leg of the LED, so at least 4 times over there, and then one long continuous thread to the other LED 4 times round, and then to the other end, and the same at the bottom, 4 times round, continuous running stitch to the other leg, 4 times round to the end.